Good morning, friends. Today we study the Needham-Schroeder protocol for generation of the session keys. So the content will be study limitation of the Diffie-Hellman protocol for generation of the session keys, limitation of the KDC protocol for generation of the session keys, discussion of the Needham-Schroeder protocol for generation of the session keys. So limitation of Diffie-Hellman protocols. So as we know, in the symmetric cryptography, we do not having a secure channel through which we can send the key between the sender as well as the receivers. Second is that in the Diffie-Hellman protocols, we are sending the value of R1 and the R2 in the plain text. From the value of R1 and the R2, attacker can predict the value of X and the Y, and it will generate the private key or symmetry key. Third is there is a possibility of the man in the middle attack in the Diffie-Hellman protocols. These are the three limitations that will occur in the Diffie-Hellman protocols. Second, the limitation of the KDC protocols. So in the KDC protocols, in the message number third, we are sending the message that is encrypted by the KB. If that message is encrypted by the KB, that message is opened by the Bob. But attacker can copy this message and later on send the same message to the Bob. It means there is a problem for the freshness of the message. Bob does not know whether the message is again generated by the KDC, whether the message is sent by the attackers. So this type of attack is known as the replay attack. So replay attack is possible in the KDC. In the third, no willingness of the receiver is concerned in the KDC. Means if allies want to communicate with the Bob, there is no willingness is received from the Bob whether you are interested for the communication with yes or no. So these limitations motivate a different researcher to discuss or develop the new protocols. So here in this lecture we are studying the new protocol, that is the Needham-Schroeder protocols, which can remove all the limitation of the Diffie-Hellman protocols and all the limitation of the KDC protocols. So here, if Alice is the sender and the Bob is receiver, if it want to communicate, so first in the first message, Alice can send their ID to the Bob. Means I am Alice and I am interested with the communication with you. If Bob is interested, Bob will send the willingness message and it will send a message RB. RB is known N1's number. N1's number means the number that can be used by the ones. And it is encrypted by the KB. The KB is the session key, symmetry key that is between the KDC and the Bob. This message is encrypted by the KB is why? Because here Bob want to tell that the KDC, I am also interested to communicate with the allies. In the message number third, while the allies will receive this message, it will generate a one N1's number for the freshness of the message, O1 ID allies, receiver ID Bob, and the willingness that is sent by the Bob, that is KB encrypted by the KB, and the number N1's number is the RB, that to the KDC. So KDC first will decrypt the message by the KB, and it will find the N1's number RB. From that message, it will find that Bob is there is a one receiver Bob, which is also interested to communicate with the allies. Allies is the sender, it find from the plain text message. Bob is the receiver, it will find from the plain text message, and RA is the N1's number that is generated by the allies. Then KDC will know that both the party are interested for the communications. It means now the KDC will generate a session key between the allies and the Bob. So it can generate the two encrypted messages, one is for the Bob and one is for the allies. In the first message, it will encrypt the message by the KB, and that message contain that message is for the Bob. This message contain that Alice is the sender and RB is the number RB this number which is the willingness number that is sent by the Bob, and KAB is the session key that is generated by the KDC between the Alice and the Bob, and encrypt this message to by the KB key and send this message to the Alice with the message, another message, second message RA, which is which contain the RA, receiver is the Bob, and the session key is the KAB, and this is whole message is encrypted by the KA. K is the symmetry key between the Alice and the KDC. So Alice will open this second message. Alice will find that the N1's number that I send, I receive this message. It means this message is generated by the KDC, and Bob is the receiver, and the session key that is generated by the KDC between the Alice and Bob is the KAB. So Alice will know the key that is generated by the KDC for the communications. Then the message number 5. Now as we know, Alice will know the session key. So Alice will choose a one N1's number for the freshness of the message and encrypt it by the session key that is generated by the KDC between the Alice and the Bob. And the second message that is sent by the KDC for the Bob, which is encrypted by the KB. Then the Bob first will open the message, this message, and it decrypt the message by the, because Bob will know the KB key, it will decrypt the message. It will know that the session key is the KAB, sender is the Alice, and the willingness number that I will send to the Alice that I will receive. It means it will know that the key that will be generated by the KDC is the KAB, and sender is the Alice, and the N1's number is RB. And it will again, when it know the keys, that key is the KAB, it can also open the N1's number that is sent by the Alice. Then it, in the message number 6, it will decrement that number by 1 and generate their own N1's number R2 and encrypt this number by the session key that is generated by the KDC between the Alice and the Bob. This message is sent to the Alice. This the purpose of this message is that the first thing the Alice will know that Bob, I as a Bob know the key, and I will also send your acknowledgement by decrement the number R1 by 1, and I also generate one freshness number R2 for that there is no replay attack is possible, so that R2 will be sent by the Bob. This in the 7th message, again the Alice will send the confirmation mail, or we say acknowledgement mail, by decrement the R2 by 1 and encrypt by the session key KAB. So the purpose for these 7 messages is that both the party will know the session key, both the party somehow to handle the replay attack. So this is the elegant protocols which will develop, and this protocol does not having any flaw. So no attack is feasible in the Nizam-Schroeder protocols. So for this lecture, we follow the book TCP/IP protocol suit by the Frozen. Thank you.